Whoa, we're back for some Bleach Soul Resonance, and oh my god, am I happy to see leaks on my table as I sit down to record. Oh, cross my heart. I thought, I really thought I was going to come out here and have to do it. I thought I was going to have to give you guys the Rukia showcase. Like, I was really fretting it. I didn't want to do it. I didn't think you'd want to see it. But, you know, it was coming. It was coming. But thankfully, we stave off the Rukia showcase for at least one more day. And instead, we move in to some beautiful, beautiful leaks. So, we've got our residential leaker here saying, I hope you guys aren't too sleepy. First of all, we'll go to game news. See Geeky say, finesse new typing. We got the finesse typing there. It's back. Mystic Frontline. Get ready to trade starting for the Bambi patch. And let's check out this summoning animation. I have not looked at any of this. It's going to be all fresh. So get ready to see this all with me. Let's check it out. Stop. Ooh, very pretty. Wait a minute. That is great. Again, I'm going to come back in here. I'm mad. Again, it comes down to communication because no one's going to doubt the quality. No one's doubting the quality. Like, it's so good looking. We want to see this, right? It really just comes down to people being frustrated by the silence because, like, when you see it in action, you're like, oh, okay, I see what they were working on. Like, obviously, of course they needed time. So, wow. That looks really good. Ooh, that looks really good. That does look really good. Sorry, I'll pause that. They did a great job. I mean, as expected, they did a really great job. They should have, like, you know, led with a little bit of something. We get banner art here. Very cute. How do I feel about the Bambis? How do you feel about the Bambis, honestly? Are you guys excited for at least 2 Bambis to come during this celebration, as well as any sort of SRs and as well as any sort of, I don't know, other Sternritter, like, you know, year to you, I guess. Like, was there a Sternritter you were more interested in? Was there a Sternritter you were more excited for, maybe? I would say that on the level, I'm like medium excited for Bambietta. She's not exactly of the Sternritter, the Bambi squad isn't really the thing that I like. It's more so like I actually prefer. I think I prefer more of the women from like the Shinigami or, you know, Shinigami squads or the Arankar / Espada. Design wise, like I like Tres Bestias, the 3 girls, like as a concept, as an overall concept design, a little more than I think I like most of the Bambis. Though I know that's like sacrilege, but I would say that again, it goes back to the thing I always say. Tite Kubo is just great at designing things, so it's never like no hype or anything like that. He always has like a good design in him. So I would say pretty excited. Just not like, whoa, you know. That looks good. We got some thumbnail stuff here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be using them. I'm gonna have to save those. So new type material finesse comes in. Purple looks good. I do like the purple. I mean, I know this is like such a small thing to say, but you know, it looks pretty good. New frontline dropped, and I believe, is it in here? Was it here? Where was it? It might be on the Twitter. I might be on Twitter. The new frontline skin is Nelel, which is funny. So I mean, you know, Nelel remains. I still would not have pulled her, by the way. This has changed nothing in my opinion for Nelel. By the way, we're gonna get to it. Oh yeah, here it is. Pretty cute, right? Pretty cute. I mean, that's great. But yeah, that changes nothing for me. I would still not have pulled Nelel. We get the Bambietta stamps. We get the bond and title, core and weapon stamp. They really love pairing up the character who got frauded out and the character who frauded them. And let's see this. That looks great. That looks great. It also looks, yeah, that's awesome. Pretty well done. Very well done. Great arts. So, DPS! It's the worst case scenario! DPS is the worst case scenario, by the way. We talked about this on the like Yap session. That is so bad because that means we're back to Aizen and Yurahara. Unless what we really want to happen now is, I guess we use Aizen, Bambi comes out as DPS, and then the support is like an SR for now, like Arangiku or something. Otherwise, this is a nightmare. Oh, okay, but I mean, we'll see. So let's read the kit. Don't underestimate me. Was a saber. That's cool. She gets her sword. That's what I was looking forward to. I hope it's like her ult is like a transformation. Charge in pursuit, rushes in front of the enemy and releases a spiritual bomb on them. After releasing this skill, it can be directly connected to the third stage. Okay, so sub-skill charge in pursuit, and then you go to the basic. Consume all accumulated spiritual pressure to explode, changing into the holy body state. If you switch to the background during holy, the complete will be released in advance. Okay. So so you transform, and if you switch to the back, she'll like blow up or something. Serial bombing. Bambietta releases more powerful spirit bombs to attack the enemy, causing damage totaling 1466. When the last hit of the basic attack hits, if the own spiritual pressure is sufficient, all the spiritual pressure will be consumed. An additional final bombing will be released. If the damage is resolved, the number of critical strikes held by the target will be cleared. And then the recorder. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so she does a bunch of crits, and they sort of lock the damage. And then at the end, they all pop it. That's so fun. What a fun... What? That's so fun. That's awesome. Releases a spiritual bomb and kicks it towards the enemy. Yeah, it's kind of like her. That's kind of like her art in Bleach Mirror's High. We got diving slash. Bambietta dives towards the enemy and slashes. So this will be in the actual transformation to sort of replace probably charge in pursuit. This is her transformation. Poured out a large number of spirit bombs wantonly, and then release a huge psychic bomb. Okay, wow, that seems cool as hell. Entry skill. Bambietta, who's in the background, entered the battlefield in the form and releases to bombard. You can direct connect to the third. Oh, so if you swap her out and then swap her in, she has a unique skill for that? That's cool. This character's awesome. What the hell? After counting the enemy's attack, Bambietta moves quickly. What should you do now? After releasing the skill, it can be directly connected to the third stage of basic attack, of course. And when the enemy attack is about to hit, you can use Feeling Kick to avoid its attack. When extreme dodge is triggered, the enemy will enter the true time stop effect. Bambitta's attack speed will be increased. She gets attack speed. Okay. I guess we'll check this out. So, core passive is very interesting. Let's see. Bambietta stores overflowing spiritual energy. When the body state is released, the above stored pressure is converted to spiritual pressure into the spiritual pressure in the non-complete body state at a 0.5. Bambietta can enter the complete holy body state through branches, entry skills, and special moves. Obviously, the translations are a little bit sketchy here, so it's taking me a little bit to get through it because they're just using terms. It lasts 18 seconds, during which its own ability to resist interruptions is improved, so she gets essentially like stagger block. Automatically release the technique when the state ends in the holy body state. If your own spiritual pressure is not 0 when the normal attack hits, it will inflict critical strike on the enemy lasting 10 seconds. With a maximum of 60 layers. In addition, Bambietta will continue to record the highest historical number of critical strike applied by itself. When applying critical strike to the target, if the target critical strike is less than the recorded number of layers, it will directly be given to it. After the basic attack causes damage, a recorded highest number of layers will be reset. Interesting. Captain of the Bambi team. The Bambi. When a character other than Bambietta releases an entry skill, Bambietta accumulates 22.5% points of spiritual pressure. Entry, okay. So is that... Okay. And when a character other than Bambi releases a counter attack... Oh yeah, we're back to Aizen, dude. When Bambietta in the complete holy body state releases any ultimate, will ignore 30% defense. An embarrassing outcome for the captain. When Bambietta enters a field by switching to the entry skill, the attack power increases. Okay, that's interesting. This character seems strong, no? Like, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. Does this character not feel a little bit like she's gonna be better than Ichigo? There's something about her that I'm like, I'm kind of glancing at, like, I feel like her kit reads better than Ichigo's immediately. Maybe we'll see though. So breakthrough skills is undefensible explosive bomb. When the battle begins, your own spiritual pressure will immediately increase to the maximum value. That's usually really strong. You can think of characters like Aizen having this. Also, just having a bit of damage on top of that is not bad. The one thing, though, is that he usually generates a little bit as well. By the way, also, take all of this with a grain of salt. It's leaks. It can be changed at any time. Of course, I always say, any sort of leaks like this, it's not on the leaker's fault. It's just things can change in the actual model. So take all of it with a grain of salt. We really don't know. We'll just have to see when it drops, right? We'll have to get confirmation when it drops, so. Your Bankai's Mind, the upper limit of the number of critical strike applied to the enemies increased to 100 layers. So, okay, so 2 is probably, if you're going to get boundaries, 2 is probably the one. The reason being is that any character who has an effect they place on you, and it sort of scales up, you want the one that increases that upper limit. That's the strong one in Bleach Soul Resonance terms. You think of Ichigo, you know, True Shikai Ichigo with his, what are they called? What are they actually called? They're like breaks or what? I have no idea. Whatever True Shikai Ichigo puts on you, the shit they had to put on him to make him an ailment character, and they just made something. The other one, though, more obviously, is like Gridamjo's Hunting Instinct or whatever, where it goes from 5 to 10. Just such a huge difference. It's a huge difference. So that really does mean that if you're going, and this is what I always say, don't pull for boundaries unless you're going for the best free-to-play low-spending boundary. Free-to-play low-spending boundaries to me are B0, obviously, B1, and B2. If you see that a boundary is the best at B2, don't go for the B1 boundary unless you plan on going for the B2 boundary. I personally would suggest. But again, these characters are going to be around for a while, so wait until the end of the celebration. Wait until you see Yuryu, wait until you see Candace, and we'll move from there. Please don't just pull because you're like bored. That's bait. Then these are 4 and 6. Get it all out. The damage multiplier of the entry skill. So usually the bead 4 is just damage. And ring the bell of despair. After the beginning of battle, 3 layers of detonating charge will be obtained. They'll be consumed. When the battle starts, increases killing power. Yeah, I mean, pretty crazy. It just increases everything. Changes all the detonations. Yeah, seems like this character is going to be extremely strong, by the way. Weapon stamp will read when we're gearing her. Core stamp will read when we're at the actual or not when we're gearing her. We'll read the weapon stamp and the core stamp on the summon video, like we usually do. We'll read the stamp set on the building video, like we usually do. What is the bond? During battle, the all skill mastery of oneself is increased to 10% when equipped with a full assault carry. The damage caused by normal attack. Okay, she has a little normal attack, like, kind of thing. So we get Candace here. Candace looks great. We get Yuryu here. Yuryu looks really good. And we get Bambi here. Bambi also looks really, really good. Don't make it obvious. Oh, let's check out some gameplay, huh? Okay. So, let's go to this one. So fun. That's so fun. Wow. So here we have the other one. We can see, ooh, like a little carpet run. That's cool. That's pretty neat. And last but not least, I guess, is here. How long is this one? Oh, okay, it's pretty big. So do this and this one. That looks really good, man. That looks really good. Oh, I see why it was delayed. I'm not gonna lie. Like, now we're seeing the vision. If they just gave, oh, that looks really good. If they just, they just need to talk to us, man. Because I get it. Like, when you see this stuff, you sort of get it. Damn. And that's all for now. The new skill for finesse type, I think, is entry skill. So finesse types kind of come in and they do a thing. Interesting. So, oh, okay. Finesse types, when they enter, they have like an attack they do. It's just specific to them. Since some people are asking, it wasn't posted. Critical Strike and Pursuit are buffs exclusive to Bambietta for specific purposes. Critical Strike, when the last stage of the basic attack serial bombing hits, it will cause a damage that ignores a certain proportion of the defense of the target. Yeah, it's that right there that makes me think this character is going to be better than True Shikaichi. It's going to be better than essentially every other DPS in the game. Ignoring defense is so strong, man. And then clear the state. Pursuit, when Bambietta holds Pursuit, when it's in the foreground, clicking the normal attack button will consume Pursuit and immediately release Pursuit. When it's in the background, the spiritual pressure is not full. Switching Bambietta to the field will consume Pursuit and immediately release the entry skill. I assume that this is how it's intended to be used. Is you don't really hold it, you just kind of like use it as like the pop in. But yeah, what do you think? I'm pretty wowed. I'm pretty wowed by Bambietta. I think she looks amazing. Like, just full stop. I've said it a few times, but this is what they needed to show, and it would have gotten people off their back if they had any of this at all ready. Because, like, here's the thing. I saw some people being like, they don't even have the character half complete if they're delaying it like this. This is not a character they made in one day. Like, these aren't animations and effects and stuff they put together in one day, which means something else has sort of come up, and they need to finish up. If they had any of these animations primed and just said, hey, guys, Bambietta's coming. We were able to make the deadline like 2 or 3 days before, and we're going to be releasing her. But here's a little tease of gameplay, even if it's unfinished. You just have to put the thing that says like subject to change on release. Like, I think people would have been like, "Oh my god, this looks awesome! This looks great!" But yeah, I don't know. They shouldn't have stayed silent, because I see some of this stuff and I'm like, okay, I get it. I get why you had to wait. I get why you were like piecing this stuff together. I bet the entry skill didn't work. They had to fix that. I bet, you know, this and that didn't work. They had to fix it. She looks great. So yeah, that'll be me. I've been Lone though. Like, if you like the video, subscribe to the club, go make it, and peace.